The metallic click of the handcuffs was the only sound, a punctuation mark to the general's furious command. In the tense briefing room, every officer was frozen. General Davies had just ordered the arrest of the unassuming woman who had dared to correct him. Ilara Vance stood motionless near the doorway, her plain clothes and thin binder a stark contrast to the sea of decorated uniforms. She offered no resistance, only a calm, unsettling poise. She had arrived for a standard review. Her report, however, contained inconvenient truths about procurement irregularities. Davies spent the meeting shredding her conclusions, his voice a weapon of condescension. When Ilara quietly pointed out a discrepancy in his own testimony, the room iced over. "You are a civilian auditor with a clipboard," he sneered. "You understand nothing of how this command functions." Ilara met his glare. "I understand documented evidence, sir." That was the breach. That was when he snapped, "Take her into custody, now." Two MPs stepped forward, their movements stiff with discomfort. As they reached for her wrists, Ilara spoke, her voice a low, clear note in the silence. "I would advise you to pause." Davies barked a laugh. "On whose authority?" Before he could finish, the main door swung open. The shift was immediate and electric. All movement ceased, all breath seemed held. A figure entered, his uniform bearing the stars of a 4-star general, flanked by aides whose bearing screamed absolute authority. The recognition that swept the room was a physical wave, spines straightened, chins lifted. General Davies turned, his irritated scowl dissolving into stunned pallor. "Sir," he stammered, snapping a ragged salute. The newcomer ignored him. His gaze found Ilara. "Miss Vance," he said, his tone measured. "The audit is proceeding, I see." Confusion crackled in the air. Davies found his voice weak and desperate. "Sir, this individual is making baseless, disruptive allegations. I was restoring order." "By arresting the lead inspector of a Pentagon-level oversight committee?" the 4-star general replied, each word dropping like a stone. "As of 0600 today, her investigative authority supersedes yours in this matter by several levels." The revelation sucked the air from the room. Ilara turned her head slowly toward Davies. "I advised a pause." The cuffs were removed instantly. The MPs retreated, faces etched with relief. Davies tried to form a sentence, but no sound emerged. His command had just evaporated before his eyes. Ilara's binder was now open on the central table, its pages a roadmap of undeniable evidence. The 4-star general delivered the final verdict. "General Davies, you are relieved. Report to my headquarters immediately." He then nodded to Ilara. "The floor is yours, Inspector." As Ilara Vance walked to the front of the room, the assembly didn't just move, they parted. Chairs scraped back, a path cleared not from fear of rank, but from respect for a power that had entered silently and prevailed absolutely. In that moment, they all learned a brutal lesson. The greatest authority often wears no uniform at all. If you value stories of hidden power and truth prevailing, please like this video. It supports the Untold story.